Structure and function of neuron. In this video, we will discuss the structure and function of neuron. First, let us discuss about neuron. Neuron is the basic building block of central nervous system. Neurons are specialized cells which carry chemical and electrical signals. The brain is made up of neurons and glial cells. Glial cells are the non-neuronal cells and they are only responsible to provide structure and support for the neurons. On the basis of function, neurons are classified into three types: sensory neurons, motor neurons, and interneurons. Sensory neurons are also called receptor neurons. They carry impulses from the sense organ to the spinal cord and brain. Motor neuron, also known as effector neuron, carry impulses from the brain and spinal cord to the muscles and glands. Interneurons, also known as relay neuron, intermediate neurons, or associative neuron, they process information from sensory neurons and then send commands to motor neurons. Now these are the three types of neurons. First one is sensory neuron. It takes nerve impulse from the sense organ and transmit it to the central nervous system where interneurons are present. Interneuron process that information and sends command to motor neuron. Motor neuron transmit information to the effectors, which are muscles and glands. Muscles and glands act accordingly to the command they received from the brain. Now let us discuss the structure of neuron. Neurons differ in size and shape, but the basic structure of neurons are similar. All the three types of neuron consist of cell body, which is called as soma, dendrite, which are basically tree-like structure, branch-like structures, and dendrites are responsible to transmit impulses towards the cell body, and axon. Axon is responsible to transmit impulses away from the cell body. This is the structure of motor neuron. Here, cell bodies or soma consist of cytoplasm and nucleus. There are different organelles also present in it. This cell body is surrounded by cell membrane. Now, there are cytoplasmic processes which protrude out of the cell body. These are called as the dendron. Dendron are further divided into dendrites. Now the nerve fiber which protrude from the cell body and transmit impulses away from the cell body is called as an axon. So axons are basically the nerve fibers which transmit impulses away from the cell body. This axon is surrounded by myelin sheath, as you can see here. Myelin sheath is a fatty layer. It insulates the nerve fiber. The outer layer of myelin sheath is called as neurolemma. Then there are some spots where myelin sheath is absent. They are called as node of Rendtwer. Node of Rendtwer increases the transmission of nerve impulse. Nerve impulse jump from one node to another node. That's why nerve impulses are transmitted very rapidly towards the central nervous system, and from central nervous system to the muscles and glands. These are the ends of the axon, which is known as axon terminal. Now here are some cells which is called as Schwann cells. They are responsible of producing myelin sheath. So this is the structure of neuron. One thing to remember is that dendrite transmit nerve impulse towards the cell body and axon transmit nerve impulse away from the cell body. So by knowing about the function of dendrite and axon, you can clearly guess that where dendrite and axon are present in the sensory neuron and relay neuron. Now if you see here, here in sensory neuron, this one is dendron. Why this is dendron? Because it is taking nerve impulse towards the cell body. And axon is this one, which is shorter in length. Motor neuron axon is longer. In sensory neuron, axon is shorter. Axon takes nerve impulse away from the cell body. Here, these are the dendron, which are further divided into branch-like structures called dendrites. In relay neuron, axon is also longer in length. But in motor neuron, dendron is shorter and axon is longer. But in sensory neuron, dendron length is longer than axon. So by knowing the function of axon and dendron, you can clearly guess that where axon and dendron lies in these three types of neuron. Cell body, on the other hand, it actually organizes the cell body. It contains nucleus and cytoplasm, and other organelles are also found, and it actually organizes the nerve impulse and generates nerve impulse. So the cell bodies are responsible for this kind of function. So this was the end of the structure of neuron, and I hope you have learned a lot. Don't forget to like, share, comment on my video, and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. We'll meet with another video. Till then, take care.